today is February 8th, and we are doing a condo seminar. So this is Tammy and Sandy. We're both at Remax in Stone Lake. So we want to teach you all about condos, or as much as we know. So a condominium is a form of ownership, not a building style. A lot of people get confused over that one.
It can be an apartment building, a townhouse complex, or a group of single-family homes. When you purchase a condo unit, you own a private dwelling called a unit. Your unit is registered in your name, and you also share ownership of the common elements and assets of the building and community. Common elements could be lobbies, hallways, elevators, recreational facilities, walkways, gardens, and other amenities. Include structural elements, mechanical and electrical services, and may be outside an individual's unit boundaries, but are assigned for exclusive use of the owner of that unit, such as balconies, parking spaces, and storage lockers.
So condominium corporations are governed by the Condominium Act of Alberta. The Act requires that each condominium have bylaws that are registered at the Land Titles Office. The bylaws dictate how the condominium corp can run, or will run, and sets out the rules for the behavior of the owners. The bylaws also require that the owners elect a board from among the owners to manage the affairs of the condominium. The board is responsible to the owners and must act in the owner's best interest at all times. And one good thing is that the board does consist of all owners, so you've got a vested interest in it. Often the board will hire a professional property management company to advise them and provide management of the day-to-day operations of the property.
Fees, in addition to paying costs associated with your unit, taxes, maintenance, and possible power, TV, and internet, owners also pay monthly condominium fees that cover the operating costs of the common property, insurance, utilities, janitor repairs and maintenance, snow removal, landscaping, maintenance, and contributions to the reserve fund. Condominium fees are set each year based on the budget prepared by the board and approved by the owners at the AGM. The portion paid by each condominium owner is usually based on the size of their unit as a percentage of the total area. Each unit is assigned a unit factor by the developer, usually based on size. All unit factors assigned to condominium must add up to 10,000.
The reserve fund. Part of your monthly condominium fees will be deposited into a reserve fund. A reserve fund is really a rainy day savings account to cover the estimated cost of future maintenance and repairs. A reserve fund study must be completed by an engineer or other professional every 5 years by law. It involves a detailed examination of all components of the buildings and services and provides an analysis of when repair and replacement are expected and an estimate of the cost. A reserve fund plan considers future repairs and maintenance, when they will be needed, how much they will cost in today's dollars, applies an inflation factor, and calculates how much money is needed to be deposited into the reserve fund each month to provide sufficient funds when those repairs are required. Reserve funds are really good in the aspect that if you own something like a row townhouse that wasn't a condominium, then all the owners, after 20 or 30 years, however long it takes for a roof to wear out, all the owners would have to save their own money in order to fix that roof. So in that way, a condo it's not a bad idea at all.
An owner's role in a condominium community. When you become a condominium owner, you have certain rights and responsibilities. One of your key rights is the right to vote at AGM on matters that affect the condominium. You're also eligible to help select the board of directors. As an owner, it's your responsibility to participate in the governing of the condominium. You can do this by attending the general meetings and information sessions. also important to read the minutes of the meetings and other information sent to members, such as condo newsletters, as well as the corporation's budget and financial statements. You are now part of a community that shares responsibilities. You are responsible to not only know the rules and regulations, but to follow them at all times in order to experience a friendly environment.
So, the purchase process. Once you've looked at your options and found a unit that appeals to you, your realtor should provide you with information about similar condos that are for sale and that have sold in the past few months, and help you make a good decision about what price to offer. The realtor will then draft an offer to purchase that reflects the price and terms that work for you. The realtor should explain the contents of the agreement in detail and insert conditions for your protection. Conditions can be sale of your existing home, mortgage approval, property inspection, lawyer's approval, family approval, etc. One condition that is a must is the review of the condominium documents. The seller is given a short period of time to provide current documents for the buyer's review. Those documents include the bylaws, financial statements, budget, minutes of the board meetings, reserve fund study, reserve fund plan, condominium plan, minutes of the AGM, management agreement, insurance policy, and condo fee schedule.
Your review of the condominium documents is probably the most critical piece of the purchase process. Those documents can be overwhelming and confusing, or they can tell a very complete story about your potential new home. The budget and financial statements offer a picture of the financial health of the project, including the size of the reserve fund relative to the reserve fund plan. The bylaws describe the structure of the corporation, how the board works, and the rules, what you can and can't do, pets, parking, etc. The reserve fund study identifies the current condition of and all future maintenance and replacement requirements of the common areas and elements. The minutes of the board meeting identifies problems past and future and how the board and the property manager work together to solve those problems.
Personally, I think the minutes, the board minutes are really important for you to go through, and I know it's really boring, but it is really important that you look at those. Sorry. Okay. You can try to interpret those documents yourself. Ask your lawyer to review them. Go through them with your realtor, or hire a condominium documents inspection company to review them, which I don't think is a bad idea. They do that all the time. You, your lawyer, and realtor may or may not be qualified to provide good advice. Be sure to ask lots of questions and that you're satisfied with the answers. A condominium document inspection company will go through the documents very thoroughly and provide you with a written report identifying potential concerns. You can also hire a property inspector to check the physical condition of the unit, electrical systems, plumbing, moisture, appliances, etc. While these inspections do cost money, they are designed to help you know exactly what you are buying, and they are the best money ever spent.
There's been some new condo laws that came out in January of 2020, so last month, and we're just going to touch on some of the more important ones. So, proposed requirements such as pre-AGM notices and calls for agenda items from unit owners have been removed from the new regulations, although this still appears in the revised appendix bylaws and will apply if a condominium corporation does not have their own registered bylaws.
The obligation of boards to provide unit owners with copies of the minutes, all of the board meetings held during the year, along with the AGM notice, has also been removed. It's 60 days notice rather than 30 to provide a copy for the AGM.
Similarly, the confusing specifications regarding voting by co-owners have thankfully been eliminated in the new version of the regulations, while clarifications over the creation and certifications of proxies have largely been maintained. So if you have co-owners on a unit, only one vote per unit.
There's also a broader list of qualified reserve fund providers which may make it easier and less costly to obtain these essential documents. The period of time covered by reserve fund studies has been increased from 25 to 30 years.
The tariff of fees chargeable by condominium corporations and property managers for the production of documents upon request has been increased somewhat to better reflect the actual costs involved in providing various documents. Changing the per document cost for paper documents from a $10 flat rate fee to 25 cents per page or $10, whichever is greater. The estoppel certificate went from a $100 fee to $200 or $300 if rushed.
There is also a new regime addressing money sanctions, which sets out the process boards must follow in order to impose fines on unit owners who fail to comply with these bylaws. Some might argue that this process remains too onerous, especially when there is still no effective means to enforce payment of the fines themselves.
Not all the changes were administrative. However, other notable revisions were made to the damage deposit provision for rental units. They are now expressly treated as common expenses assessment, meaning that payment can be enforced in the same manner as monthly condominium fees.
There's also some important insurance changes that you should know about. There was a bad story some time ago about the deductibles on condo buildings. So basically what's happened is effective January 1st, 2020, condominium corporations will be able to seek recovery of the deductible portion of the corporation's insurance claim up to a maximum of $50,000 from an owner for damages that originate in the owner's unit or privacy area. So you really have to watch. That's for things like water damage, or I imagine if a fire started on your balcony from a barbecue, that could happen. With the recent market corrections due to the amount and size of claims in our market, we have seen deductible levels rise substantially from $2,500 to $10,000, previously to $25,000 to $100,000 and more. Please note, owners can obtain coverage in their unit owner's policy to assist with paying the corporation's deductible when required.
What steps do owners have to take to ensure proper coverage for themselves? Ask your board or corporation insurance broker for a copy of the corporation certificate of insurance that outlines the current deductible amount, in particular for water damage. Contact your personal insurance broker and inquire whether you have deductible coverage in your unit owner's policy, and if not, request to add coverage. Is the deductible covered in your unit owner's policy equivalent to the corporation's deductible? If not, adjust your deductible accordingly.
Okay, that's about it with the new policy changes. Oh, sorry, I'm missing one. Oh, sorry, there are some additional details. There's a limit reminder. The corporation can only make the owner liable for the deductible limit up to a maximum of $50,000. So this was good news. If the deductible is $25,000, then the owner's liability is $25,000, regardless of the size of the claim. Conversely, if the deductible is $100,000, the owner's liability is $50,000 is the maximum allowable amount. Coverage liability. Owners are only required to have this coverage if it is outlined in the corporation's bylaws, but they can be held responsible for the deductible payment regardless of whether or not they have their own coverage. So that's something that you really have to be aware of. And I did talk to my insurance agent, and it's about $30 a year for up to $50,000. So now we're done that part.
Yeah, well worth the $30.
Yeah, and we got all this information from the provincial government. He was really good, and he sent all the stuff that we asked about. So
now we're going to go over a few myths that come with condo ownership. So myth number one is condo fees are too high and a waste of money. The facts, the expresses that condo fees paid for can be somewhat different in every building. A development that has low fees isn't always the best choice. If the board hasn't been or isn't making adequate contributions to the reserve fund, owners will be vulnerable to maintenance deficiencies in the future, which can result in a cash call. The only way to determine whether the condo fees are too high is by a thorough analysis of the condominium documents. These scheduled fees are critical to ensuring your largest investment is properly taken care of. Condo fees cover both short and long-term expenses related to the management and upkeep of the building. They go to covering day-to-day operational items such as paying to keep the lights on in the lobby, covering the cost of cleaning to ensure the building is always looking its best, and for costs associated with managing the condo. A portion of the monthly fees are also set aside and put into a reserve fund for future major long-term expenses such as replacing the windows, roof, or heating and cooling systems. As opposed to home ownership where you have major costs incurred at somewhat random times, condo fees are a way of slowly putting away small amounts of money that should account for any of these future expenses.
Myth number 2. All condominiums leak, resulting in cash calls. These are the facts. There have been several buildings in Red Deer, for instance, that have had issues with leaking, resulting in damage and cash calls to the owner. Water is very invasive and will get into the tiniest cracks, and over the years cause mold and rotting. The most extensive damage has happened when boards and property managers ignored warning signs or didn't properly maintain the building. Buildings that have experienced issues that have been repaired should present little risk as long as the repairs have been done properly. Most buildings that have been repaired will have detailed engineer's reports available describing the repairs and giving a clean bill of health to the building.
Myth number 3, the property manager controls the building. The property manager is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the condominium corporation, but it is ultimately the board of directors who are voted in by the owners that control the building. Myth number 4, condo living requires no maintenance. Condo living requires low maintenance. As an owner, you are responsible for daily repair and maintenance within your unit. The boundaries of your unit are clearly defined in your declaration and bylaws. Be sure to understand what you are responsible for.
Myth number 5. There are strict rules when living in a condo. The fact is, at first glance, condominium corporations may seem to be overly strict. What is overlooked by most people is that the rules are in place to protect the majority of the residents. Owners can bring forward bylaw adjustments to their condo board on an annual basis at the AGM. Myth number 6, condominiums are for senior living communities. The fact is there are more young professionals and first-time buyers purchasing condos due to the urban locations and affordable pricing. The community and condominiums are tailored to people living in that condo.
Myth number 7, condo units are too small. Condo units can be of all kinds of different sizes. You will find builders who are able to do more with less. This means maximizing spaces to make the units feel bigger. Some builders use high ceilings or extremely functional layouts to accomplish this. Myth number 8, no pets are allowed. The facts are some condos allow pets, some do not. In condos that allow pets, well-behaved pets are a must. More and more condominium corporations are open to allowing their owners to keep pets in the condos. Be sure to check into bylaws or investigate the rules and regulations with the condo board.
A lot of times they'll have a maximum weight or height the dog can be. Some additional facts. Moving into a condo is a new experience for most people. Often new owners are not used to having neighbors so close or having structured rules in their lives. And it often takes some time to get to know the neighbors and feel like you fit in. This is normal and no different than moving into any other new neighborhood.
We find that people often target buildings to purchase where they know someone. There are several advantages to doing it that way. It helps make you feel comfortable that the building is being properly run and that the environment is friendly. It's also easier to get to know other owners talk to or ask your realtor to arrange a meeting with someone in the building's social committee or the residential manager.
As realtors, we generally have a feel for some of these buildings because we've talked to the clients, we've talked to people that have lived there, so we actually have kind of a decent idea.
And that's it for our condo seminar. Thank you for joining us. If you have any more questions, you can reach Sandy Hallgren at 403-318-8393 or myself at 403-596-8328. Thank you.